Hello Yu-Gi-Oh players, how are you today? Today we're going to talk about the top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh side deck traps. What is side decking? Well, a side deck consists of 15 cards or no cards. There's no in between. Also, during a duel or a match, there's the best 2 out of 3. After the first duel, each player is allowed to switch cards from the main deck or the side deck to the main deck. Vice versa, okay? But you still must maintain that 40 card minimum. So, there are 3 ways to side deck. You can side deck against your opponent's deck. You can side deck against your opponent's side deck. Or you can side deck to completely change your main deck into a different deck. So that when your opponent side decks against your deck, since you switched it, those cards won't work. So, let's get into the top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh side deck trap cards. For the number 5 spot, we have Soul Drain. Pay 1,000 life points. Monster effects to activate in the graveyard or banished zone are negated. So, E-Dragons, negated. You're not getting any of your effects. Mermills, negated. You're not getting any of your effects. For the number 4 spot, we have Royal Decree. Chain Burn? No. Royal Decree stops all traps. Negates all traps. Except when you're chaining it to a counter card. Because you can't chain it to a counter card because it's speed 3. Royal Decree is speed 2. But if Royal Decree is already on the field and your opponent tries to activate a counter card, it will just be negated. So, Royal Decree stops trap heavy decks. Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure. A lot of decks are graveyard oriented. So, Macrocosmos slows them down. And it may stop that deck completely. Same thing with Dimensional Fissure. But the thing about Dimensional Fissure, when you use Exceed monsters, the materials attached to those monsters go to the graveyard. So you can work your deck around Dimensional Fissure. For the number 2 spot, we have Rivalry of the Warlords. You and your opponent can only control one type of monster. If you know your deck has all warriors in it, and your opponent is running a deck with spellcasters, dragons, and some other stuff, Rivalry of the Warlords won't hurt your deck, but it will hurt their deck. For the number 1 spot, we have Guardian Match. You and your opponent can only control monsters with one type of attribute. For example, if your deck consists of all lights, you can only summon all lights. But if you have a deck with light, water, and dark, you can only summon one of that kind. If you have a dark on the field, you can't summon a light. You must summon a dark, and a dark only. So, it's good against decks that run different attributes in their deck. There are a lot of side deck cards in the game, especially traps. If you want to list your comment in the comment section below about traps and side decking, go right ahead. Thanks for watching the Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 5. Have a good day.